Subject is language and order. And also reason.
It's here.
Soft copy.
I
think it's there in the book.
No, it's not in the book.
It's not in the book.
It's a lot. It's learned later, no? It's not in the book. It's learned the book later. It's not in the book. That is not there in the
Just one minute message for all the residential students. There is a register in the office if you have any logistics issues, housekeeping issues, tap, water, geyser related, room related basically.
Non-emergency.
Yeah. Emergency hot water not coming will be there. So there is a register in the office. Please let them know. Enter the entry in the register so people can address your issue and fix it at early.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Please close the door. Bhandara taking place outside. Yesterday, we saw how the Veda has universal application regardless of culture, religion, ethnicity, nationality, etc. Why? Because it speaks of the fundamental human problem of what? Non-acceptance of the self. It talks of no, fundamental human problem of self-judgment, self-criticism, self-non-acceptance. And it has a two-part strategy. This is very important. A two-part strategy of getting the person ready. Ready for what? To see that this is a big bluff, that the self is not acceptable, one big bluff, that the self is not approvable, another big bluff, that the self is small, I am small, I am I am alienated, one more lie, I'm alienated from myself, from other beings, and from what? From the Jagat, from the universe, and from Bhagavan, from God. So this alienation again is another problem. This is all a big lie. So this, to show us this, there is a two-part strategy. Why? Because we have all bathed in this lie, immersed ourselves in this lie. So much so that one time if you just tell, it's not enough. We are not Uttama Adhikaris. We saw that already. Uttama Adhikaris are where? In the pages of the Upanishad. They are there, immortalized in the pages of the Upanishads. Neither are the people, most of the people, what? Manda Adhikaris. Who are Manda Adhikaris? Those who keep on listening, and then what happens? The asana upon which they are sitting gets enlightened, but not them. So these are mandhadhikaris, and they also are not in the, that is just the ideal type in different of the continuum. So those that fall somewhere in the middle are called madhyama adhikaris or middle adhikaris. Preparation is needed. Middle adhikari means what? Preparation is needed. Jigyasa is there. Desire to know is there. And desire to want this knowledge is the want is there. The yearning is there. Something is not okay, has been recognized. This is all something to celebrate. This is wonderful. But what is missing is the preparation. And without preparation, nothing is achieved. Everything you have to, everything, every knowledge, precedes what is that? Some preparation. So even, nowadays we have, what is that? For small children, LKG. It's not yet KG, LKG. And the child is put into it even before it weighs 1 kg. Okay, that's why it's called LKG. Lower kg. And then after that, what? Upper kg. And then kg. And then they make a big deal. They said, oh, your child is graduating. Graduating? It's only 2.5 years old. How can it graduate from anything? Oh no, it is graduating from lower kg to upper kg. They call all the parents and, so that they can extract more donation. That's all it is. Yeah, they just give some little, what is that? Some badge and something, streaming thing coming, some bow, some badge, some cookies are given. Some chocolate is distributed. And then what you are? Upper kg. So without graduating lower kg, nobody is put into upper kg. And then without graduating upper kg, you can't go to kg. First standard far away still. And then after that first standard, after that other, elementary, primary school, middle school, high school, like this. And then if the fourth standard child says, I want to do my PhD, when? Instead of going to fifth standard, I want to do my PhD. It's a laughable matter. No, you first finish your schooling. Okay, then can I do my PhD? No, after that, you need to go to college. Then can I do my PhD? No, then you have to do what is called a master's degree. Then after that, you can do your PhD. Every knowledge is like that. And we don't protest because we see the thing. And suppose if somebody comes and asks, should I finish my high school and get my high school degree, diploma, whatever it is, or should I go to college? What will we answer? One is contingent upon the other. So, without the preparation, this knowledge that we are about to embark on in the Upanishad, in the Bhagavad Gita, is not going to work. May as well stay at home. There is no change that is going to happen. And the change that we are looking for is unlike any other body of knowledge. It thoroughly and totally has the capacity to revolutionize the entire person, along with all their nonsensical ideologies, beliefs, and problems, issues. So many issues are there, and then what? At the end of it, there is no issue at all. No issues. We say this in everyday talk. Oh, I'm sorry I did this. I didn't see you coming. I'm sorry I bumped into you. And what will the other person say? No issues. Yeah. They'll be saying that, but inside they'll be saying, yeah, dekh lenge baad mein. But we'll see. I'll take care of you later. But no issue. But really, one becomes a person free of issues. This is something which is very important. So it's a complete and total transformation for which there needs to be a preparation. And so this preparation alone takes up 9/10 of Vedanta. 1/10, if at all, we say is occupied by the knowledge. 9/10 of this is preparation. Everything we have to relearn: what to talk, how to behave with other people, and most importantly, how not to behave, what not to say. All this we have to be schooled in this art. And so, therefore, this two-pronged strategy which is given by the Veda is, I'm going to dwell on it a little bit, because that is exactly what is followed in the Bhagavad Gita. It's just like the Bhagavad Gita just copied the entire Veda, the first and the final portion. So what is this Veda? What is this first two portions? The first portion I said is the action portion, because you cannot sit without acting. Karma Kanda. So what Karma Kanda gives also we saw briefly. One is it gives a certain kind of a stability. Stability of what? Of the heart. One is able to console oneself. Why? Because I have expressed my wants and desires in the form of a prayer. And then I learn that, what do I learn? I learn that sometimes I don't get what I want. It's a bitter pill to swallow. Somebody told me God does not answer my prayer. I said, no, Bhagavan answers the prayer. Sometimes the answer is no. We are not able to take that. We are not able to take that at all. Sometimes the answer is not yet. Try again. Sometimes the answer is, and oh no, not for you, not in this life at least. But I am not able to take that. So this way, I grow into a person who is able to let go. And when I let go, I am having a relative amount of peace. Thankfully, there is a certain peace. There is a certain, the heart is at peace, because I'm not having the boxing gloves all the time like a ninja, offensive and defensive. All the time, offensive and defensive. This is the jiva. Without the Veda, this is the jiva. Without the first portion of the Veda, this is the jiva. Fully offensive and defensive. You can't say even one thing. No, no, I didn't do it. Somebody else did it. Because why? Self non-acceptance, self blame, self judgment, self critique, self loath. All this makes one into a defensive being, and then the defenses are not enough. Therefore, what happens? I become an offensive being, because after all, offense is the best form of defense. Somewhere we have studied and understood. Offense is the best form of defense. And in this manner, we have a program of growth. And that program of growth, let it take its time. What's the rush? Already I'm at this program. I'm on the track. That is what is most important, that I am on this track. Let it take its time. Just like you cannot force a flower to bloom just because you have an important puja coming up. Sankranti is coming, I want to offer this flower. Come on, blessed flower, bloom. Will it oblige? No. It will take its time. It will bloom 2 days afterwards. That's how the person also is. We give ourselves the time. In fact, the whole life is one of preparation. And then when the preparation is there, the knowledge has to take place, the knowledge will take place. And this is what is the understanding. This has to be properly understood. Now, how does the Veda prepare? This we will see. The first portion of the Veda, what is it all about? It is all about a series of sadhyas. Sadhya means the ends. Series of ends and a series of sadhanas. Sadhana and sadhya. What is sadhya? Goal, the end. Sadhana means to a particular end. And the Veda is very funny, the first portion of the Veda. So you have known sadhanas. Known sadhanas are known, and then the sadhya is unknown. Like Swarga Kamaha Somena Yajeta. Sometimes it is unknown sadhana even. So let's take that first. The sadhana is unknown. Sadhya is also unknown. Swarga kamaha somena yajeta. May the person desirous of going to where? Swarga. May the Swarga goer. Swarga means heaven. May the heaven bound offer a yajna with soma juice. Freshly pressed soma juice. Where is Soma? Huh? Unknown sadhana. And do you know what heaven is like? Unknown sadhya. So this is an example of unknown sadhana and unknown sadhya. Then sometimes there is a known sadhana and then unknown sadhya. Like there are certain other rituals to go to heaven, like Trinachiketaha. So this Nachiketa Agni, one heaven going ritual is there, and that if you perform, you can go to heaven. Vishvajit, another ritual is there, you can go to heaven. Vajapeya, another ritual. That's why some people are called Vajpayee. This is Vajapeyi, Vajapeyin. Somebody who has in the ancestry must have done that. That's why. So Vajapeya, another ritual which we know how to do, but then the end is something which is unknown. It's all based on certain beliefs. We don't know anything. Then we have unknown sadhana for known sadhya. And what is the stock example? Putra kameshti yajna. A yajna to get children. Supposing somebody doesn't have offspring, the Veda makes you do a very costly ritual. It's so costly because you should have enough funds to take care of the child. It ensures that you are wealthy, so that the child that is going to be born is assured of proper upbringing and plentiful. Even recently, they had this thing, they had tried to do this, and they did that somewhere in Chennai, and they had three sets of twins, six children afterwards, after about, I think, 20 years of marriage. So like this, the so like this, it is there. So many things. The sadhana the sadhya is known. That one wants a child is understood, but the sadhana, all of it is not known. How and why? How if I pour ghee into this fire, then I'm going to have children? Nobody knows this. What is the connection? Nobody knows. And then sometimes there is non sadhya and non sadhana. So sadhya here is I want rain. Kariri, there is a rain ritual. And so then one German, what is that, professor said, I'm going to test this out. And he hired some pandits, Veda pandits, went to various places, including Kalahari Desert. It's a 9-day ritual. And on the 9th day, even in the middle of the summer, when it's not supposed to rain at all, it rained. And I imagine he must have also gone to Cherrapunji on the one day that it does not rain and made it rain also, making himself very unpopular with the locals. Their only shopping day he took away by making it rain there also. So like this, there's a whole gamut of sadhya and sadhana. And then the person keeps on doing this. The whole life is busy. From the Vedika's life, Vedika means the person committed to the Veda, whole life is busy. You have to get up in the morning early and do a ritual called Agnihotra. First thing you have to do is do a ritual called Agnihotra. Udite Juhoti. When should it be done? Sunrise. It should be done at sunrise. Oh, I think it's so cold and I don't think I can wake up. Can I have an option, please? Yes, you can have an option. Oh, yippee. What's the option? 10 o'clock? 12 o'clock? No. Anudite Juhoti. Before sunrise, you can do. Or you can do when? At sunrise. Only two options. That's all. Winter means at sunrise. Summer means before sunrise. That's the only option. No other option. Then after that, there are 5 other kinds of metaphorical yajnas. What are metaphorical yajnas? So-called yajnas. Bhuta yajna means you have to feed all the animals around you. Birds are there, cats, dogs, other domesticated things, horse, cattle, so many things will be there. Where are they going to go for their food? They rely on you. Starting with even the insects. You start, it's a very, what is that? Organic pesticides. Rice powder, rangoli is made. Design is made in front of the house. So that all of them come and eat there and they don't come inside the house because the food is already outside. Organic pest control. Very nice. So then you have to feed all the beings that do not have a way to eat without you. They depend on you. But not only, you don't think I'm doing them a favor. You think you are growing as a result. They are doing you a favor by giving you punya. That is the idea. Then there is Atithi Yajna, Manushya Yajna. Atithi Yajna means there is, you are supposed to go out of the house, stand in front of the house, the food is already ready, cooked. You look to the left, you look to the right, and say what? Koi hai? Is there anybody to eat? And then what do? Then you catch hold of anybody who comes. It could be a begging person, it could be a big CEO of a company, doesn't matter. You bring them in ceremonially, wash their feet, give them a gift, usually a new set of clothes to wear, vastram, dakshina, and you feed them and fan them as they eat, and then after ceremonially sending them off farewell, then you start eating your food. This is, this is a great sacrifice. The whole Vedic adult life is one of sacrifice, is one of being a contributor. We'll see all this in detail, how the Bhagavad Gita mirrors this very beautifully. So Atithi Yajna, then Deva Yajna, Nitya Karma has to be done, an altar has to be maintained, 3 kinds of fires have to be maintained. We'll see that in the Mundaka Upanishad. 3 kinds of fires have to be maintained. One fire is just kept burning for funerary rituals. You don't take from that fire and do Agnihotra. No, not allowed. And one fire is maintained for certain occasional rituals. One fire is maintained for daily rituals. So you can't mix up that fire. Those fires are got from one's parents at the time of marriage. Got from the parents, and then it's kept just like that, burning throughout the life. And then at the end of one's life, at the end of the Vaidika's life, the Vaidika's body becomes the final offering unto that fire which they tended throughout their life. This is why the Hindus were not allowed to leave the country. Because if you are in the ocean, how are you going to do Agnihotra? Even if you go by ship, the boat company will never allow you to set fire inside the ship. Not allowed. So therefore, the Hindu would not travel, because the one is very much with all the responsibilities. So then Deva Yajna, Nitya Karma, Naimitika Karma, then Pitru Yajna, Shraddhadi Karma. Like I mentioned this yesterday, so many times the people are what? The people are there, they are waiting, the ancestors. We don't know whether they are reincarnated or not. We assume they are not. So for 3 generations, because after that we don't even know their names. So for 3 generations, we are able to give them the tarpanam. So that, and in fact, we have a whole month of ancestor festival, which has been reduced to 15 days. Pitrupaksha, it's called. Not only in India, you go to Thailand, you go to Malaysia, everybody will be doing that. It's called the Ancestor Festival. In Vietnam, it's called Hungry Ghost Festival. The ancestors are seen as hungry ghosts who could not fulfill all their desires. So prayers and food is offered to them. So like this is something which is very beautiful. So Deva Yajna, Manushya Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, all these things, Rishi Yajna, we give back to the gurus, we give back to the rishis. How do you give back to the rishis? Nothing you can do to give back, because the knowledge is so precious, and whatever one has gained, you cannot give back. So what you do is you do swadhyaya, you study what they have taught, what they are teaching, and if you are able to, if you have a better this thing, command over it, you also share the knowledge. That is the best way of giving back. So now, after doing all these yajnas, these compulsory yajnas, by the end of the day, where are you? Asleep. No sleep problems. Nothing at all. Why? Because you're kept so busy. There is no time to think. There is no time to watch. There is no time to nothing. You can't say at the end of the day, I'm going to watch Netflix. No. You'll not even be around. You are gone. You are one with Bhagavan in sleep. Why? Because the next day you have to get up early. Again. Udite juhoti. And we'll get a small taste of that when the meditations start. Okay, yeah, you just wait. Small taste we will get once February comes. All right. And so like this is the whole day is kept completely busy. There is no time to mope. There's only time to cope with what one has to do. No moping possible. No sitting and crying, oh, I feel ignored. There's no time. Chop, chop, time for another yajna. Get up, leave. Don't sit and cry over there. Oh, but won't that now the modern psychology person, won't that lead to a terrible suppression? And maybe the Veda is not into feelings and all the feelings are suppressed, and one day, like a pressure cooker going off, bursting, all the feelings will come. Not a chance. Because there is also in the first portion of the Veda, remember, everything is converted to prayer. The prayer itself is the release. When you go to the altar and pray, that is the release. It's you don't bother about therapists. Why? Because you make Bhagavan into the therapist. That's the best form of therapy. He's a super therapist. Bhagavan, Bhagavati is the therapist. That's why in the Agama Shastra, in the Shastra which governs the proportions of the iconography in the Hindu tradition, there are very strict rules about the expression on the face of most of the deities. The hand position of the deities, the leg position, everything is very, very deliberate. All the carving, Shastra, the sthapatis, what is sthapati? Sculptors. The sculptors, Shastra, the techniques are all not just coming from the head. It's all talked about. The proportions, everything. And then one of the things in the Agama Shastra is what? There should be a smiling face. Not a ha 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 laughing face, no. But a slightly smiling face should be there in all the deities. And the hand mudra is like this. This is called Abhaya Danam, Abhaya Mudra. Abhaya Mudra means don't fear, I am here. This is Abhaya Mudra. So you go to such a deity, anyone you can choose. Bhagavan, Bhagavati, any form. You choose, you go sit and say, everybody is being mean to me. I'm tired of this Vaidika lifestyle. What should I do? Doesn't talk back. We all love people who don't talk back. Yes. Such people become very, very precious in our lives. And the deities don't talk back. They are there in their own glory. And that slight smile shows what? I understand you. You're making a big deal of nothing. Yeah. You're making a big deal of nothing. You're just, and isn't it time for your next yajna? Yes. So this way there is place for expression in the prayer itself. And the prayers are ranging. We don't have some general prayer. We have many, many specific prayers. That's why Sanskrit becomes important when we study these prayers and we chant these prayers. There is a psychological transformation as well. When you chant the prayers, you see that. You see this understanding. You get this understanding. Because the concept of Bhagavan in the Veda, as we will see, is very, very sophisticated. It's not just something you believe in. No. So the prayer is what? So the prayer would be things, there are even prayers for frustration. There are prayers for fear. So a frustrated person may pray like, what's wrong with you, Bhagavan? Why are you not giving me what I want? And the fearful person will pray like this. Oh, you look too strong, too big. And is that a bow and arrow in your hands? Oh Lord. And it looks like it's directed against me. Ooh, this person has been adharmic. Go there. Don't come to me. Look at how big your arms are. Shanti to them. Shanti to them means Namaha to them. I'm just leaving you there only. And Namaha to your hands. Such big hands there are. They are such big arms. Namaha to your bow. Namaha to your arrow. Can you please not direct it right at me, please? Because Bhagavan here is a hunter. Hunter means what? In the form of hunting for people to whom karma phala, the fruits of action is owed. And this becomes the most holy prayer in the all of the Veda called Shri Rudram. You will learn how to chant this. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Rudra. Rudra means Bhagavan. Sarvan Rodayati. Rudra. This is the derivation. Sarvan Rodayati means makes everybody cry. when when like small children, the KG children go to school and they open their lunch box and then they cry because they did not like what the mother had put. So simply, just like that. I had this experience here only. I had to go and talk to a school. And then after that, they were all crying in the lunch boxes because they wanted sandwich. Mother had put roti, sabji. They did not like that. They wanted pasta. They wanted pizza, something. So similarly, just like the 5-year-old cries upon looking at the lunch box, we also are given lunch box. What is that? Karma phala. And we look into it expecting a lottery ticket. And then what is that? Parking ticket. Okay, so therefore, the tears are there. Everybody does not like the karma phala. So since Bhagavan is karma phala data, the giver of the fruits of action, we say that Bhagavan Sarvan Rodayati makes everybody cry. But that's the first meaning of the word Rudra. But that is Rud. Rud means Rodayati Sarvan. And there is also Dra. What is that Dra? Rudanam Dravayati. The compassion is so much that Bhagavan also dismisses or takes away the cries. The cry is a form of prayer. Bhagavan recognizes. And then what does Bhagavan do? Wipes the tears. So Rudra is hanky Bhagavan. Yeah, first makes you cry and then takes a hanky and dabs your tears. So unto this Rudra Namaha. This is so sophisticated. Namaste astu dhanvane. Your bow which is directed towards me. The sharp arrow there. Namaha. Bahubhyam te namaha. Two big arms. Namaha. Like this, there is a psychological, the possibility. In fact, the one has to undergo this psychological transformation. This is how one learns through the first portion of the Veda to deal with one's disappointments and become a well-adjusted citizen of the globe. To deal with one's disappointments, to deal with oneself and one's emotions whenever there is no instant gratification, which is what everybody wants. As soon as I ask for it, it should materialize. How is it going to materialize? It's not possible at all. And so you can see how powerful going through the first portion of the Veda is, and how it makes one, it tames the Rakshasa in all of us. Rakshasa means Asura. Asura means Asushu Ramante. Asushu Ramate means the one who only lives for sense organ gratification. That's all it is. A go-getter is called Asura. A capitalist is called Asura. The one who has one factory wants to buy another factory, Asura. This is the modern Asuras. Don't think Asura means it will be what? Those big handlebar mustaches and then canine teeth protruding out. No, they'll be well dressed. They may be in a suit. No, you don't know. But this is the behavior only we can tell. And so the one is an Asura to begin with, one is born an Asura. Because the pravrittis and nivritti, all these things I want and don't want, make me into this kind of a bestial being. From the samskaras of being a beast, that bestiality is not gone. It's like chindi, bhindi, grab, catch, kill, eat. Doesn't matter if other people want this. It's all mine. The world is divided into two. Mine and then not yet mine. That is Asura. There is no yours. Not mine and yours, or mine and somebody else's. No. Mine and then what? yet to be mine. Yeah, mine and not yet mine. This is the asuric tendency. You can see that in the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old child will grab its toys and then will grab the other child's toys also. All mine, mine, mine. No, it's there. But then, thanks to socialization, thanks to upbringing, then that prakrita buddhi means bestial buddhi. How the prakriti is there, how the samskaras are there, that kind of an uncivilized buddhi, thanks to the parents, guru, the presence of guru, etc., becomes a civilized buddhi. I learn how to be. This is what the Veda, that's why the Veda is called Mata, because she gives us an upbringing. She raises us. The parents raise us physically. They help us to take care of ourselves. They can give us an education and let us loose in the society. The Veda raises us mentally, emotionally. It's really beautiful. Then for the person who has graduated, and this is real graduation, this is not like a KG graduation. For the person who has graduated, the first portion of the Vedanta automatically will call. The call will come when I know how to behave, when I have been able to, with the aid of the Veda, able to reparent myself and submit to this parentage of the Veda, of Bhagavan and Bhagavati, then I am able to understand what the Shruti is saying. I'm able to understand the relevance of Vedanta in my life. I understand why I need this so badly. I understand all of that very, very, very clearly. Extremely clearly, I understand that. Oh, but I have not studied the Veda. And I'm from this modern generation. I'll never study the Veda. Thinking about all this is making me itself tired. So many yajnas, so little time, so many things to do. How will I get that kind of an upbringing? How will I become ready for this? Fear not. That is why there is Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita will take us through the first portion of the Veda in its unfoldment and prepare us for the knowledge of Vedanta and give the knowledge of Vedanta as well. And so, therefore, we, at the end of every chapter, we say, what do we say? Oh, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su, Upanishatsu. So, for this Bhagavad Gita, which is like an Upanishadsu, Bhagavad Gita, so Upanishadsu, and then the two topics are talked about. Brahma Vidyayam. Brahma Vidya is the first topic. What is Brahma Vidya? Self-knowledge. Knowledge of Brahman is the knowledge of the self. Brahma Vidya is Atma Vidya, because there is no Brahman without being I. So, Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. This is not Yogasana. Karma Yoga Shastra. Karma Yoga. Yoga Shastre. And then Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Then you say this particular name of this particular chapter. So these two topics are very clearly outlined and repeated after every chapter, so we don't forget that these are the two main topics of the Bhagavad Gita. And then it will take us through this preparation and it will give us the prize of this knowledge as well. This is just a very, very brilliant, very beautiful. And then the Bhagavad Gita has become a very much a, what's its name? You can get whatever you want out of it. This is the belief. People don't see these two trajectories that are there. People think I can take whatever I want. So somebody looked at it during the freedom struggle of Indian independence. And then they look at some of the passages, some of the verses. Tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Therefore, get up, fight. 3-4 times it comes. So then they took it, they were inspired to take it as what? As a call to fight. And that time it was necessary to free us from the shackles of colonial rule. It was very much necessary to take this call to fight. And then some other people looked at it as a call to action. Most people look at it as a call to action. Karma kuru. Tasmad uttishta karma kuru. Do your duty, do your swadharma, do this, do that, do the yajnas, do all these things. You have obligations. You are not a free person. You have to fulfill your obligations. So some people took it as a call to action, and they said that the Bhagavad Gita teaches how to act and how to act to have a peaceful life, which is not untrue, true. But then that's not all that the Bhagavad Gita teaches. In fact, that is not the main topic of the Bhagavad Gita at all, because you can learn how to act by joining etiquette classes. No problem. There are all these etiquette classes, especially in the West. You sit down, you're invited to dinner. And then, especially for a person from India, think about how overwhelming it is. 5 kinds of spoons and yantras on this side, and 6 kinds of knives and other things on this side. And then there is one plate, and you are looking at it. What to do? See, they are carnivores, and so therefore you need sharp knives and everything. We just, we have, what should I say, organic flatware. Yeah, yeah. Wash, wipe, eat. Wash, wipe, keep. Simple. Yeah. We don't have to, think about what to use. We just take it. Very easy. Very, very easy. In Amsterdam, they imprisoned parents. This came in the news because they were feeding their children with their hand, and then they were telling their children to eat with the hand. So they said, oh, these people are uncouth and uncivilized. It took a lot of pro bono lawyers to get that case sorted out. It was terrible. Because this is completely against the Dutch culture to eat with the hands. Only animals do that. And so you'll have like 7 spoons and forks of various kinds, all gleaming. And here you'll have 7 different knives, and then 3-4 different drinks. You need to know which to use to salute, which to use to quench your thirst. All this you need to know, and you don't know anything. So what do? You join one etiquette class. How to sit and how to not drink everything glug, glug, glug. This is how we are used to. You give an Indian something to drink, it's swaha, finished, gone. No, that's completely against. The drink has to last, whatever fruit juice, whatever you're drinking, has to last till the end of the meal. Or even before the meal, if you are socializing, you can't just go cut and finish and keep it down. You have to have that, you have to keep doing like this. Ice cubes, you keep doing like this. And then little bit, you sip and you socialize. You go like a social butterfly. You go from one end, you talk all meaningless talk. How are you? What's happening? Yeah. And then you go, then you don't stand there. Then you don't stand there because they stop talking to you. Then you have to move somewhere else. All this you can learn in etiquette school. You don't need Bhagavad Gita to learn how to behave. You don't need that at all. Bhagavad Gita is a moksha shastra, therefore, and by the way, teaches you how to behave so that you can lead a life conducive to gaining the knowledge of the self. Bhagavad Gita is therefore what? Moksha Shastra, that the study of which is going to award you the understanding that I was never bound to begin with, that I am ever free. Never bound, ever free. This is what I understand through the Bhagavad Gita, and then this is what I take home as the message of the Bhagavad Gita, that it is helping me to see this as a gateway to moksha. How? By teaching me the vision of no division, The non-dual vision of who I am is understood and delivered in 18 chapters, 701 verses. Are you ready? So we have to be on, if Bhagavad Gita is Moksha Shastra, we have to be on Moksha Express. Why? Because we have in a few weeks, we have to just go. So sometimes what I'll do, so what we'll do is sometimes uh, the important verses will be pointed out, marked, studied in detail. Sometimes they will just be referred to. Sometimes for certain chapters, which not that they are not important, but whose gist has been given in earlier chapters, that we will look at and present a summary. So it will be a combination of various methods. But suffice it to say that at the end of this, you will have a handle on what the Bhagavad Gita's message for humanity is. And hopefully, you will also be transformed. That is a prayer. So the Bhagavad Gita starts with what is called Dhyana Shlokas. Dhyana Shloka means a set of shlokas here which were composed later. It is not that Vyasa composed the Bhagavad Gita. Dhyana Shlokas are there to make the mind kendrita, to make the mind centered on the object of the study. So we begin by glorifying the Bhagavad Gita so that, that's how it is in life. You glorify something and then immediately it becomes valuable to you. Like, for example, the latest iPhone. Yeah, 17, right? Am I correct? 17 or 16? I think still 16. 16, sweet 16, yeah. The 16th iteration of the iPhone is glorified all over the place. You find this in the advertisements. Yes, yeah, buy this. Why? Because how is it different from 15 and 14 and 13? Why can't I have the... No, it has new features. What are the features? AI features. It's capable of AI features. It has this, it has that. And then you press a button, it makes you coffee. All these things, all these things are talked about. The iPhone is hyped up, creating inside you what? A want for this thing. And then also at the same time, they will say limited edition. There are only 500 of them that's going to be released. And then how many people want it? 8.1 billion people want it. The whole population of the world wants it, but there's only 500. So that means what? I will do anything to get that. I have to be, so that desire is created. This is how all the consumer goods. This is how first you make a great hype about it, you create a want, and then the consumer manufacturer first creates a want and then appoints themselves to fulfill that want. First you create the want and then you say, I'm going to do this. How did they get this strategy? From the Shastra itself. The Shastra praises the Upanishad. The Shastra praises the Bhagavad Gita. The tradition praises the Bhagavad Gita. So that even if one is a flickering mumukshu, tiny, mostly off, little bit on, like a glowworm. A glowworm khadyota. Khadyota means glowworm. Like a glowworm kind of mumukshu also gets very inspired to study this. So first we will chant and study the Dhyana shlokas, and then I will give the context of the Bhagavad Gita, why it came to this and why the Bhagavad Gita was composed in the first place, and then we will enter into chapter 1. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिताम् पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीम् भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी together पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Here, the Bhagavad Gita is seen as Bhagavati, as a goddess, an 18-armed goddess. Why 18 arms? 18 chapters. So, that she who was taught, Amba, mother, this goddess, mother goddess, Parthaya Pratibodhitam, who was given in her entirety to Partha. Who is Partha? Arjuna. Prithayaha apatyam puman Partha. Pritha is the name of Kunti. So Kunti putra, Partha. So Partha is, see, in English we have to use 3 words. Son of Kunti, son of Pritha. Here what? 1 word, Partha. We make it a tadhita, a certain kind of a deriving nouns from nouns. So therefore, it becomes just 1 word. Sanskrit, as you're seeing, is a very compact language, very beautiful. So then, Parthaya unto Partha, 4th case, it was given Pratibodhitam. Bodhitam was enough, given, taught, unfolded. Pratibodhitam means given until there were no more questions. Fully given until the knowledge took place, Pratibodhitam. By who? Bhagavata, by Bhagavan himself, by Lord Krishna. Here is called Bhagavan. By Lord Krishna himself it was given, not by some roadside riffraff, given. No, by Bhagavan himself it was given. And that is emphasized. Narayanena Swayam, by Bhagavan himself, in the form of Narayana, Krishna. Narayana also is a derived word. Every word can be derived. Narasya ayanam. Ayanam is goal. Narasya, of the human being. The goal of human being is Narayana, Bhagavan. The goal of human being is to understand and assimilate the truth that Bhagavan is oneself alone, non-separate from oneself. So that's why Bhagavan is called Narayana, which includes the Nara. Without Nara, without the person, there is no Narayana, no Bhagavan possible. And so, Parthaya Pratibodhitam Swayam Bhagavata Narayanena. And then, what's the next one? Vyasena Grathitam, composed by Bhagavan Vyasa, who is also Bhagavan. I mean, think about it. This Vyasa did so much. 18 Puranas wrote. And then what else? The Veda was in the form of just 1 Veda, and then this whole Veda he converted into 4 for easy keeping. He was a very prescient human being. He had great foresight. He knew that someday the colonizers will come, and someday all this will be lost. at the feet of aggressive colonizers, people who just are out to just rule you, overruling your own customs, cultures, everything. This will happen. So he had a wonderful, brilliant idea, and what he did was make the Vedas make the people responsible for keeping the Vedas in families. That's why when you traditionally introduce yourself, you say Abhivadaye. I'm going to give my introduction, and then you say your parentage, and then what do you say? Yajush Shakhadhyayi, Rik Shakhadhyayi. Even today they say. And then Rik Shakhadhyayi means I'm a student of the Yajurveda, Rig Veda. They may not even know one mantra, but still they say that. It's amazing. And so it is still kept in families so that you can't get lost. It cannot be got lost. Why? Because it's a verbal tradition. Being an oral tradition, you cannot decimate the tradition because you can't kill everybody. You can burn the libraries. Okay, go ahead. Mantras are where? In my head. Mantras are with me. Mantras can never be lost. This is our culture. This is just something we have to thank Vyasa for as long as we live and beyond. And so therefore, he did that. Puranas, then what? Mahabharata, which is a big, huge Mahakavya, huge composition, and then Brahma Sutra. Amazing. That's why he is the first link to the tradition, the only link to the tradition, and then that's why we revere him as Bhagavan, Bhagavan Vyasa. And then Vyasena Gratitham. Who is this? Vyasa Purana Muni. Muni Mananashilatvat Munihi, the one who is a contemplative sage, by the sage who is responsible for the Puranas. Or we can even take Purana, again is a derived, we can derive the word Purana, Pura Eva Navacha, that which is ever ancient and ever new, meaning Vyasa is relevant to us to this day. The Bhagavad Gita is relevant even to this day. The archetypes in the Mahabharata and also the Ramayana are relevant to this day. So this timeless sage, we can say, or the author of the Puranas, we can say, both ways it can be taken. And where is the location of the Bhagavad Gita? In the middle of the Mahabharata. Madhye Mahabharatam. So she who was given to Arjuna by the Lord himself in the middle of the Mahabharata, composed by Vyasa, who is a great sage, who is the sage of the Puranas, that is the composed by Bhagavan Vyasa, like that it says. And then Advaitam, who is she? She is goddess non-duality. She is the embodiment of non-duality. Why? Because she is the knowledge. She is the knowledge, and this knowledge is embodied embodied as a goddess. So she is the knowledge, and then so she being the knowledge is what? What is the knowledge? Advaita. So what is she? Advaita. Advaitam. And Advaitam Amrita Varshini. In fact, she is magic. What does she do? She causes rains. She is the giver of rains of what? Immortality. She rains immortality because the effect of Advaita is what? Immortality. The effect of knowing I am non-dual is immortality. Oh, but the body will die. But you are not the body, you know that. When I know I'm not the body, then let the body die. Let 100 bodies die. It makes no difference to me at all. Advaitam Amrita Varshini. And who is she? Bhagavati. Bhagavati. The one who is the holder of 6 bhagas. One who has bhaga is called Bhagavan Bhagavati. We'll see all that in detail when we see the title, because the title itself will have the word Bhagavat. We'll see all that in detail. So Advaitam Amrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim, the 18-chaptered one, like 18 arms are there. We can visualize this goddess. Hey Amba, O mother, Tvam Anusandadhami, I am going to follow you. Follow you means not like on Twitter, okay? Yeah. Or Facebook, I'm following. Or what else is there? Something where you just put photos. What is that called? Instagram. Yes. Not even worth 1 gram. Okay. All right. So all this. There also you can just click one, what is that called? Subscribe, follow. Not that kind of following. Here, this is a blessed following in the sense that I will take to heart the teachings and I will assimilate it in my life. And that part of the teaching, which is about how to behave, what to do, what not to do, etc., I will practice that in my life. Advaitam Amritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim He Amba Tvam Anusandadhami. Who are you? Bhagavad Gita. You are Bhagavad Gita. You are the embodiment of this goddess, oh Bhagavad Gita. And it's very difficult to, look at the Bhagavad Gita as a book and say, oh, okay, I'm going to follow you, because this looks inert. This looks just like a thing kept on the table. But when you understand it as the goddess who is going to free me, the goddess of knowledge, who is going to free me from what? From the worst of myself. That is what she's going to free me from. I am bound and in coils, tangled with all kinds of notions about myself. I want to become important. I want to become great. I am this. I am that. All this she's going to take care of, and she's going to show me the vision of myself which I want to see. She's going to show me what I want to be. She's going to show me that I already am what I seek. I'm already what I want to be. She's going to show me that. And for that, she is just so holy. She's an embodiment of the goddess that I'm going to thoroughly follow her teachings. And by following the teachings, I become ready for this knowledge. And then I follow the knowledge in the sense that the knowledge becomes me. Brahmavit, Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman is already Brahman. This is what we have to understand. So I will follow her faithfully. It starts with a sankalpa, a promise on part of the person who is about to study the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to follow you. Take your teachings to heart. How am I going to take the teachings to heart? I'm going to open myself up to let the teachings transform me. And then you who are so compassionate, you who have so much ability to transform this individual from Asura to Sura, from Rakshasa to Bhagavan, you're going to transform me, and you are compassionate. You are going to rain what? Amrita. You're going to rain nectar of immortality on me, but you have one dvesha. Oh, I thought Bhagavan is exempt from ragadveshas. No, but this Bhagavati has one thing she does not like at all. What is that? Bhava. What is bhava? The life of becoming. Bhava is to become. The life of constantly becoming. I want to become, you can fill in the blanks, famous. I want to become well known. I want to become father. I want to become mother. I want to become rich. I want to become a donor. Rarely, but sometimes that feeling also comes. It's a very good feeling when that comes. I want to become. That becoming is one's unbecoming. The life of becoming. This is named, samsara is named as the life of becoming by Pujya Swamiji for this reason. Because I keep wanting to become, and when I become, what happens? It's the most unbecoming thing. When I become something, is that enough? No. That's something which I achieve. I want to become rich. Okay. Oh, fantastic. So wind blew and some small ticket came and at my feet. What is that? Lottery ticket. And I look around, nobody is there. And I take it thinking maybe, oh, it's nothing. It's just probably I'm a loser, so I don't think I'll ever get this. Saying this, the person goes and sees it is a winning ticket. Mega million. Are you happy? Yes, yes, yes. And that in that moment, the person says, I don't want anything at all. Kritakrityoham, dhanyoham. I have fulfilled everything. And he lasts only for a few seconds, few minutes, few hours, few days, few weeks, few months. That's all. Not beyond that. Again, the search continues. I want to become something else. Because now that I have all this money, now the fear has also risen. Before I could sleep well at night. Now I can't sleep well. Because Chaura Bhaya. Is it it may be taken away by the thieves. It may be taken away now by thieves. Bhratra Bhaya. Before I got along very well with all my relatives, brothers, sisters, siblings. And now I look at them. As soon as they come visit me, I say, you never came before. Now you're coming. After I'm rich. Definitely you want something. So this kind of problems are there. And so one is never satisfied. After that, I want to become something else. I want to keep on becoming. Then finally, I become what? Mad. That's the only thing left to become. That's the end of samsara. The end of samsara is not moksha. The end of samsara can be moksha if one pursues Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, and the like. But if nothing happens, the end of samsara is insanity, madness. This is what it is. This is, we can sign, seal, and deliver this statement. End of samsara is what? Madness. Total madness. One descends into madness because how much to become? What to become? And so here, this goddess has one hatred. What is that? She hates samsara. And then if I take recourse to her, if I take ashraya in her, what will happen? I will be free of samsara because wherever there is samsara, this goddess will not go there. She will go far away from samsara. And we have such kinds of teachings are there in the Shastra also. We know Lakshmi. Everybody knows Lakshmi, right? Yeah. Nobody can, because she's the goddess of abundance. Everybody knows and loves Lakshmi. And so it is said, Lakshmi, the god of prosperity and mental, physical, material, emotional abundance, has one Jyeshtha, elder sister. What is her name? Not Saraswati. Yeah. Wrong answer. Alakshmi. Alakshmi means not Lakshmi. Lakshmi means radiant. The one who is brilliant is called Lakshmi. So this Lakshmi, he has an elder sister. Don't say Saraswati. What is her name? Alakshmi. That's why in the Sri Suktam we have a sentence. Alakshmir me nashyatam tvam Lakshmi aham vrine. I choose you. And let all this scarcity mentality be gone for me. And so Lakshmi is like that. Lakshmi and Alakshmi, even though they are sisters, there is no love lost between them. Wherever there is Lakshmi, Alakshmi will not come. And on the contrary, wherever there is Alakshmi, Lakshmi cannot come. So therefore we have this to say that whenever Lakshmi enters my life, she disbands, dismisses, and sends packing all this poverty mentality. I don't have, I want. All this she sends packing. This is just such very transformative to look at it this way. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, the goddess Bhagavad Gita, hates samsara, cannot handle samsara, will not be anywhere found near samsara. So I go and sit on her lap. I go and sit on her lap and give her a big hug. Then what happens? I am also away from samsara. So I trust her because right now I don't know how to be away from samsara. So what do? I catch hold of somebody who is always away, turned away from samsara. So therefore, what will happen to me? I will also be kept safe from this life of becoming. This is the first verse. More we'll see tomorrow. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ